Hey, ladies and gents, welcome back. This is going to be part 1 to What If Naruto had a special dojutsu. So, for the next part of this What If, let's get this episode to 150 likes, and let's jump right into the What If. So nothing actually changes until Naruto is 7 years old, when he awakens this dojutsu when members of the Black Ops Anbu are sent by Danzo to trying to kill Naruto. Naruto in that moment is overcome with emotion, and he lets out a roar, and his eyes turn a bright orange color, seemingly mixing the chakra in his body and that chakra of Kurama as well. His eyes also develop slits. So, this is not just, the Kurama chakra bursting out. This is like his dojutsu's ability, and it's like this is completely different from his Kurama chakra thingy-mabobber thing. So when Naruto does this, there's a burst of orange flames that burst from Naruto's body that encompasses him. The Anbu members, now actually scared, they try to retreat. But Naruto, in his bloodlusted state, after they just tried to kill him, he attacks the Anbu members. And with one swift move, Naruto takes out all of the Anbu members that were after him. After regaining consciousness, pretty much, because he was so bloodlusted and angry, he kind of just didn't have control. He starts crying, and he goes to the Hokage and explains what happened. Danzo's then locked up, and he escapes from the prison and goes to Orochimaru for the time being. So, with Naruto growing up, his power is much greater, and people are actually nicer to him because they fear that he will kill them, just like he killed those members of the Anbu. So, when Naruto was 12 and graduating from the academy, at the same time he did in the original, because while Naruto is smart, he's not the smartest in the class, and he's actually still, bottom of the class just because he's really strong, but he's dumb as heck, just like he was in the original. Now, I'm not saying he's always going to be that way, he still hasn't completely unlocked the power of his dojutsu yet. So, when the teams are being announced, Team 7 is announced as Sasuke, Naruto, and Hinata, and they're placed on a team and they meet Kakashi. So when they all do their introductions, Hinata just wants to be the strong Kunoichi, just like she does in the original. Sasuke still just wants to kill Itachi because that's what Sasuke does. And Naruto just wants to make people like him and respect him, but not out of fear, just out of how his personality is and what he does. He just wants people to not fear him pretty much. So they all get told to meet Kakashi in the morning, and they all do so. So they meet him in the morning without eating any breakfast or anything like that, and this is where the bell test begins. So when Kakashi arrives, there's a little bit of a conversation that pretty much goes the same as the original, till Kakashi says, 1, 2, 3, go, and the bell test begins. So Naruto, just like in the original, stands right in the clearing, deciding that he didn't want to hide. So he uses his... cannot talk right now, sorry. So he activates his dojutsu, and he runs at Kakashi. Kakashi actually has to put away his book just to be able to, keep up with the speed Naruto's going at. He's actually pretty much on par with him. He's oh my god, actually, I cannot talk today. So Kakashi's, pretty much just, fighting on par with Naruto, but neither of them are actually at full power yet, with Kakashi obviously not being at full power because he hasn't used his Sharingan, and Naruto just holding back the slightest amount, just out of thinking he doesn't actually want to accidentally kill this guy. After Naruto figures out that he's not just going to be able to accidentally kill Kakashi, he's actually a lot stronger than the average Jonin or Anbu member. So Naruto charges up to full power and gains a slight advantage over their fight. This is where Kakashi has to use his Sharingan. So he takes out his Sharingan and starts completely decimating Naruto until Naruto is gaining a little bit better understanding of what his eyes actually do instead of just a chakra, speed, and strength boost. So what his eyes actually do are allowing him, his eyes allow him to copy other, not necessarily jutsu, but he can copy literally everything, dojutsu and all. So when he's fighting with Kakashi, Naruto, without even realizing it, one of his eyes actually turned into a 3 Tomoe Sharingan that also, since Kakashi has the Mangekyo, he also has Kamui in this eye. So with Naruto now gaining a completely massive upper hand in this battle, he completely decimates Kakashi using the Eternal Mangekyo because he doesn't have the same drawbacks that Kakashi did, just because that's how overpowered Naruto's Dojutsu is. So obviously Hinata and Sasuke didn't have to do anything in this, but still, they all pass because Naruto's just too godly. So now they're doing all their D rank missions, just like in the original, with them going through them relatively easily until they finally decide, okay, they don't want to be doing these anymore. It's completely useless to them. So when they go up to Hiruzen asking for a higher rank mission, because these D rank what is a bonition? D rank missions just, they're beneath them. They suck and they don't want to do them anymore. They're just getting bored. So Hiruzen ends up giving them the bridge builder mission to escort Tazuna to his home village so he can finish building the bridge and connect his homeland to some kind of island, I think is what they're doing. So they end up beginning their journey, and Kakashi sees a puddle. Nobody else notices this puddle because everybody's just as dumb as they were in the original, and blah blah blah. That happens just like it does in the original. So when the two demon brothers actually pop out, that goes severely differently. Naruto actually wanting to prove himself because he wants to prove himself, he just completely decimates these two Chunin brothers without even having to use his special Dojutsu abilities. He kind of just takes them down without any real difficulty. So after they continue walking along, there's this mist that rolls up. And not really knowing what it is yet, Naruto awakens his Dojutsu and actually realizes that now that he has the Sharingan, he can actually see chakra. Not to the same extent that the Byakugan can. So this also makes it sense since Hinata would also notice. And this is where a sword flies overhead. And everybody ducks out of the way. And now Tazuna, the bridge builder, standing on... No, Zabuza is standing there. And he is about to pretty much end the life of everybody there until Kakashi blocks the sword stroke and begins fighting with Zabuza. So that obviously goes the exact same with Kakashi ending up getting trapped in a water prison. So with this happening, Zabuza completely underestimating his, let's say, one opponent, because let's be honest here, Naruto can do this completely by himself. He's even stronger than Kakashi. So he activates his Dojutsu, realizing that he's not just going to be able to base form this guy as a Sharingan, and his special Dojutsu appear in each eye, and he gains a massive chakra cloak. Now he charges at Zabuza at speeds that Zabuza can barely react to, but as he's reacting to this, he realizes his hand slips away, and he releases the jutsu that was holding Kakashi in place. Kakashi just telling Naruto to stand back, he's got this, then he takes his Sharingan out, and just like in the original, completely dicks on Zabuza. So with that fight pretty much just being over, they all head back to Tazuna's house for some training. Everybody that goes pretty much the same up until where they are beginning their training for the tree climbing. And Naruto kind of just sees Sakura do this, and he looks at her, thinking maybe he could copy that too. And this is where Naruto not just copies the chakra control from the feet, so he could climb up the trees, he just completely copies how well Sakura can, use the chakra control. So now he has, insane levels of chakra control that, surpass Kakashi and Sasuke. So now that Naruto can do this, he obviously completely, learns the, jutsu really quickly. So that's pretty much just that, and they end up leaving the house and go to the bridge. Naruto leaves a shadow clone, and that shadow clone deals with the few people that come to kill Zabuza, or not Zabuza, the few people that come to kill Tazuna and his kids, or Tazuna's kids. So they end up going to the bridge, and there they see Zabuza and Haku. After their fight starts, Naruto is the first one to start fighting with Haku. Haku instantly uses the demonic ice mirrors because he saw part of their fight and knows that he won't be able to do anything to Naruto unless he does this right off the bat immediately. So he does this, and Naruto just easily tracks everywhere Haku is going. He just kind of is casually looking at him because he can easily. He has the Mangekyo. So he's just kind of watching this casually. And when this Senbon needles that Haku throws, Naruto just casually dodges out of the way of him. So when this happens, Haku is just surprised. He's like, how is this kid even doing this? He's about to finish his sentence when Naruto completely pummels him. Like, he's traveling between the mirrors, and he gets sent flying and breaks through some of the mirrors as he leaves. Naruto now following him out, he just kinda kills him. So, with this being much earlier than it happened in the original, Zabuza ends up getting killed by Kakashi after a few more minutes of fighting. That's kind of just the end of that. So then, the gang leader guy shows up, and that pretty much goes exactly the same, except Zabuza isn't the one to kill them all, it's Naruto. They end up taking the gang leader back to the village with them as they're heading back to the village, just so they could interrogate him when they get back to the village. And when they get back to the village, they do some brief training until Kakashi walks up to them and tells them that they should enlist in the Chunin exams. So, this is where I'm going to leave off this part to what if Naruto had a special dojutsu. Like I said in the beginning, 150 likes for the next part. I will see you guys in the next part of this video. Peace out.